Hey there, so, you want to get more from your compost? Well, I've got a secret trick that'll take your composting game to the next level. Composting is really the heartbeat of a thriving garden, transforming scraps and plant matter into nutrient-rich material that feeds the soil and in turn, nourishes your crops. But, even the most diligent composters often lose valuable nutrients during the process. Rain, runoff, and just natural decomposition can let minerals escape before they reach the plants that need them most. Thankfully, there's a simple yet genius trick that not only saves those nutrients, but actually multiplies their benefits for your entire garden. The secret, believe it or not, lies in pairing your compost system with one extraordinary plant, comfrey. Comfrey has long been valued in traditional gardening because of its incredible ability to mine nutrients from deep within the soil. Its long tap roots reach far below the surface, pulling up minerals that many vegetables and herbs just can't access. These include phosphorus, potassium, nitrogen, and calcium, all of which are essential for healthy plant growth and high yields. The leaves of comfrey become nutrient-dense as a result of this mineral mining. When harvested and returned to the soil in different forms, those nutrients are recycled back into the garden where they are immediately available to other crops. Few plants are capable of such a regenerative cycle, and this is what makes comfrey a cornerstone of sustainable gardening. However, not all comfrey is created equal. Many common varieties spread aggressively by seed and can quickly take over a garden, becoming more of a nuisance than a helper. The Bocking 14 variety, on the other hand, is sterile and will not spread by seed. It can only be propagated by crown division or root cuttings, which means gardeners remain in complete control of where it grows. This makes Bocking 14 the variety of choice for anyone serious about putting comfrey to work in the garden. One of the remarkable features of comfrey is its ability to regenerate after being cut. During a single growing season, the plant can be harvested 3 to 4 times without harm. The leaves grow back quickly, ensuring a steady supply of nutrient-rich biomass. These harvests can be used in several ways. Fresh leaves can be laid directly around crops as a mulch, where they slowly release nutrients as they break down. They can also be added to the compost pile, where their high nitrogen content speeds up decomposition, making them an excellent compost activator. But perhaps the most powerful way to harness comfrey's potential is by turning it into liquid feed. Comfrey liquid feed is often referred to as liquid gold for plants. When properly prepared, it provides a balanced nutrient boost that rivals or even exceeds many store-bought fertilizers. It is particularly valued for feeding heavy feeders such as tomatoes, potatoes, and squash. The traditional way of making comfrey feed involves submerging leaves in water for several weeks. While effective, this method has a major drawback. It produces a foul-smelling liquid that many gardeners find unpleasant to handle. A more efficient and odor-free method avoids water altogether. The process is simple. Comfrey leaves are tightly packed into a container, ideally one with a small outlet at the base. A weighted object, such as a bottle filled with stones, is placed on top to press down the leaves. Over 4 to 5 weeks, the compressed leaves break down and release a thick, dark concentrate. This concentrate is highly potent and must be diluted before use. The exact dilution formula is 1 part comfrey concentrate to 30 or 40 parts water. For example, if you collect 1 liter of comfrey concentrate, it should be mixed with 30 to 40 liters of water before applying to crops. This ensures the nutrients are delivered at the right strength without overwhelming the plants. Here is where the true genius of this system comes to life. Compost bins and hotbeds naturally release nutrients during decomposition. Rainwater often carries these nutrients away, particularly if the compost is on a slope or in an area with frequent downpours. Instead of letting those valuable minerals wash out of the system, they can be captured and recycled by planting comfrey at the base of the compost bin. The deep roots of the comfrey act like a living filter, absorbing the nutrients that would otherwise be lost. As the comfrey grows, those captured minerals are stored in its leaves, ready to be harvested and returned to the garden. This, transforms what was once wasted runoff into a renewable resource. By pairing compost bins with comfrey, the system becomes self-reinforcing. Waste goes into the compost, nutrients are saved by the comfrey is harvested to feed the garden, and the cycle begins again. What once seemed like wasted space around a compost bin suddenly becomes one of the most productive parts of the garden. When this approach is put into practice, the results are honestly pretty impressive. Just a few comfrey plants at the base of a compost system can actually provide more biomass than most gardeners will ever need. The leaves can be harvested several times throughout the season, which means you have a steady supply for mulching, composting, and even making liquid feed. This setup does more than simply recycle nutrients, it builds real resilience into your garden. By relying on comfrey and compost, the need for external fertilizers is greatly reduced or sometimes even eliminated. The garden becomes more self-sufficient, healthier, and just more in balance with natural cycles. Over time, the soil really improves in structure and fertility. Crops grow stronger and yields increase, all without any added cost. And since comfrey is a hardy perennial, it continues to provide these benefits year after year with very little effort. Planting comfrey around a compost bin honestly just takes a few minutes. Crown divisions can be placed directly into the soil at the base of the compost system. Once they're established, the plants require minimal care beyond the occasional harvest. The rewards, though, are truly enormous. Within the first season, you will notice vigorous growth, and honestly, you'll likely be able to take 2 or even 3 cuts of leaves. By the following year, the plants will be mature enough to produce their full potential, delivering all the material you need for mulch, compost activation, and liquid feed. The genius compost trick every gardener should know is beautifully simple. Pair your compost system with comfrey, and let the plant do the work of capturing and recycling nutrients that would otherwise be lost. This creates a closed-loop system that enriches the soil, boosts crop growth, and eliminates waste. For gardeners who want to make the most of every corner of their plot, this approach is, well, truly transformative. It takes what is often overlooked, the space at the base of a compost bin, and turns it into a powerhouse of productivity. If you're ready to elevate your gardening and build a more resilient system, plant comfrey around your compost today. It's really one of the easiest and most rewarding investments you can make in your garden. Don't forget to subscribe to Soil and Crop Central for more expert gardening tips, and share this guide with fellow growers who are ready to unlock the full potential of their gardens.